What if one small decision, one misunderstood message, or one missing warning light could have saved hundreds of lives? Aviation is the safest way to travel, but every rule, every checklist, every safety system we depend on today was written in the ashes of tragedy. Tonight, we revisit the most tragic plane crashes ever recorded. Not to shock, but to understand, because every disaster in this story changed the skies forever. This is the most tragic plane crashes explained. The disaster that changed everything. Tenerife, 1977. It is early evening on March 27th, 1977. Two Boeing 747s, massive, elegant, the largest passenger aircraft of their era, wait on a runway blanketed in thick fog at Los Rodeos Airport in the Canary Islands. One plane belongs to KLM, the other to Pan Am. Both aircraft are full, both delayed for hours. Both crews mentally drained. No one knows they are moments away from the deadliest aviation disaster in history, a collision that will claim 583 lives. The chain reaction. That day, a terrorist bombing at a nearby airport forced dozens of flights to divert to Los Rodeos, an airport far too small to handle them. Jets cover every taxiway. Passengers spill into the terminal. And then the fog arrives. Visibility drops close to zero. Controllers can't see the runway. Pilots can't see the taxi lines. Radio communications overlap, mixing English, Dutch, and Spanish, creating confusion at the worst possible moment. A fatal decision. The KLM captain, one of the most respected pilots in the world, misunderstands a clearance. He believes air traffic control has authorized takeoff. He pushes the throttles forward. But the Pan Am 747 is still on the runway. Two giants now accelerate toward each other through the fog, unable to see more than a few meters ahead. Impact. The Pan Am 747 spot lights emerging from the haze. They turn desperately to exit the runway, but it's too late. The KLM jet momentarily becomes airborne and tears through the top of the Pan Am aircraft, erupting into flame. Aftermath. 583 people lose their lives. But aviation responds with enormous reforms. Standardized radio language, clearer takeoff clearance rules, separation of radio frequencies, mandatory cockpit resource management. The tragedy at Tenerife shook the world, but it also made flying safer than ever before. Chapter 2. The crash everyone watched live. Air France 4590. Concorde. July 25th, 2000. Paris. For decades, the Concorde reigned as the queen of the skies, a supersonic icon capable of outrunning the sunset. But on this day, millions will watch the Concorde's final moments unfold in real time. Fuel, fire, and 4 minutes. During takeoff, a small metal strip, dropped earlier by another aircraft, lies unseen on the runway. As the Concorde accelerates, one of its tires hits the metal. The tire explodes violently, sending rubber shards into the wing. A fuel tank ruptures. Flames trail behind the jet as it climbs. Cockpit alarms. Alarms flood the cockpit. Engine fire, loss of thrust, overheated landing gear. The pilots try to divert to a nearby airport, but the plane cannot climb. It is too heavy, too damaged, too low. Final seconds. Just 4 minutes after takeoff, the Concorde crashes into a hotel. Legacy. Investigators discover a fatal design flaw. The fuel tanks are too vulnerable to debris strikes. The Concorde fleet is grounded, modified, and eventually retired altogether in 2003. One tiny strip of metal ended the era of supersonic passenger travel. Chapter 3. The disappearance that still haunts us. Malaysia Airlines MH370. March 8, 2014. A Boeing 777, one of the most reliable aircraft ever built, disappears less than an hour into its flight. No distress call, no squawk code, no debris for months. A vanishing act. The world watches as countries, satellites, and naval forces conduct one of the largest search operations in history. But the ocean reveals almost nothing. Only faint satellite handshakes indicate a possible flight path, leading investigators to search a remote, stormy area of the Indian Ocean where the aircraft is believed to have crashed. Theories. To this day, MH370 remains the most mysterious disappearance in modern aviation. Was it mechanical failure? Hijacking? Deliberate pilot action? Fire or depressurization? No theory has been universally accepted. Why it matters? The tragedy leads to new global safety improvements. Real-time flight tracking, improved satellite communication, better coordination between nations. MH370 remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries, but its legacy reshaped global tracking forever.